Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I think it's been like, I want to say 2 months, I think, 2 or 3. By the way, if the lighting looks weird, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of trying to figure out like whether I like it or not. I literally just spent like 10 minutes messing with it. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. Obviously y'all can see like I have the weird stickers on my wall from like the Vampire Diaries shit. Y'all know. I feel like I never explained that, but like you already know. So as y'all can see, yes, I finally watched episode 8. I'm currently watching episode 9. I'm trying to get that done because I really want to fucking finish season 1 because this episode was so dark. Like, I feel like when we get to 10, that's going to be the epitome of the show's darkness. They're going to pretty much be like, so this is how we can go. Like, we already freaking went there, okay? Like, episode 10 is probably going to be one of the darkest. And I'm kind of scared. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but let's get into it. Okay, so if some of my notes are, like, not in order, don't judge me. Because, like, as I was watching the other episode and taking notes on that and then getting my episode 8 notes together, I realized I was like, did I put these bitches in order? I don't fucking know. But I got the usual 4 pages of notes. We'll get through them. First thing I wanted to talk about is, of course, we get the girls talking about the text they just got, because the episode that we left off on was A texting them pretty much saying like, oh, Tyler's dead, da-da-da. And now they like, So, of course, Tabithy, oh my God. Why did I combine Timothy and Tabitha? I don't fucking know what that was. But anyway, so of course she's quoting a movie and she pretty much was like, to quote Heathers, like, I think in the movie Heathers, they say something about like, now we have dead bodies on our hands or something like that. And now I'm like, yeah, so what is this situation going to be? How is it going to unfold with Tyler's missing, but now y'all found out he's actually dead, but everyone else thinks he's missing. And like, A kind of taunting with y'all like, oh, here you go. Like, I killed him. I'm gonna show you. Here you go. Like, they didn't need to know that. They're already traumatized enough, but whatever. So then also too, I started to realize, this is something I realized before, A seems to kill horrible people or bullies. I don't know if that's a connection to like Angela Waters and the reason that he like tortures their mothers and now their daughters. Because he kind of goes back to how they bullied Angela, but that's what I'm starting to kind of come to a conclusion that that's what he's doing. But yeah, that's pretty much his motive. At least that's just my opinion. And even like Farron makes a comment and she's like, well, Tyler was horrible. And I'm like, facts. He was jacked. Didn't deserve to die. He was definitely jacked. So this is A's, I don't know, consistent thing. The only thing A is consistent with is torturing them and killing people that are bullies or who are mean. So now I'm like, that has something to do with Angela. Don't know, but yeah. So at this point, the girls finally open up. When I say the girls, I mean Imogen and, well, I was about to say Tammy. Tabby pretty much tell the girls that they were assaulted. And I was actually happy that they opened up because I know that was a hard topic to discuss. Obviously, this is something they kept between them, and then eventually they were pretty much like, okay, we should probably say something, because now they're starting to think that somehow, some way, everything is tied all in together and has a connection with Angela and A and their parents, and obviously Imogen's baby, and just everything as a whole. So yeah, so they had that conversation, and at this point, the fact that A is so petty and gives the mothers gifts is beyond me. I'm sorry. But so finally, Farron's mom gets her gift, and I'm like, oh, girl, it's just, this is a lot. So, wait, hold up. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, wait a minute, because now, like, am I drunk or something? I only had 1 drink today. Hold up, I might be wrong. Was it Farron's mom or was it Tabby's mom? Whose mom? Hold up, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was it? No, it was definitely Tabby's mom. Okay, scratch that. I don't freaking know what's happening. A mom got a gift, whatever, and it's like a book and it had a library card in it. So I was like, something must happen in the library. So at this point, it goes a little flashback. Angela tells Farron's mom about how she was assaulted, and instead of telling someone, she tells their like her friends, and then she keeps quiet because he has like a little thing in the library card, and it said silence kills, and I was like, Iggy. So like you're at a point where I think you've given all the moms their little creepy ass gifts. So what are you gonna do about it now? Because at this point, I'm like, everybody has gotten their gifts. Are we going to get some action? Like, are you going to try to torment the mothers? Because let's be real, that's who you should have been tormented if you're going to come for somebody. I'm still very confused about why the fuck innocent children are involved in this, because they are children. They're like 16. They're children. So why are we messing with minors? I'm still confused. I hope eventually we kind of understand what the fuck he trying to do, but he's pissing me off. And just his whole vibe and aura is just this whole, you coming for people's kids. Like, I'm still confused about that. Like, dead ass, but whatever. So now we get to a point where remember the guy Joseph that lived in like that train creepy shit? So he has a connection to Angela because he was in love with her, and he used to call the group of moms that bully Angela the she bitches, and I was like, facts, that's what they were. I definitely agree with him. So now at this point, the girls are able to start to put certain things together because of the information that Joe has given him. Tell me why this man is starting to back out. Now they go to him. Oh God, that's my cat. They go to him pretty much, are trying to put more information together. And this man is like, no, like, stay out of it. You shouldn't be involved. And like pretty much says something along the lines of, you know, if you keep getting involved and digging yourself in a deeper hole, like it can get bad for you. And I'm like, okay, so you got them involved and now you're taking it back. What's that about? Like, you told them certain information. They're going off of this information that you told them. So like, you're the one who sent them to Rosewood. Like, whatever. Pretty much certain information that they found out, they wouldn't have found out if it wasn't for Joseph. So now at this point, I'm fucking irked with Joseph too. He can go right the fuck along with A at this point, because whatever. And he just was so adamant, like, let it go. And I was like, okay. But whatever. So, you know, I'm just like, all right. So you telling them to let it go for whatever fuck ass reason, but let's be fucking real. Imogen is really on a hunt, of course, because of A, but she also wants to figure out, one, why A killed her mom, because that's just out. Like, come on, sis, you already know A killed your mom. Your mom did not do that to herself. At this point, she knows that she's suspicious. Two, she wants to figure out the connection between Angela and her mother, because maybe that will be able to help her figure out why A killed her mom, because A is also involved. So, of course, I knew that Imogen wasn't going to let it go. Out of all the girls, Imogen is not going to let it go. So, yeah. So, now and that's why I said, I don't know if this is in order, but whatever, we're going to talk about it anyway. So, at some point in the episode, we get to a point where, like I said, the girls had opened up to the other girls. They come up with this plan, right? Now, the plan is some dark shit. But I was like, hey, at least you have a plan. Plan is basically Noah talks to her boyfriend, Sean, about the football team. Because at this point, they're pretty sure it was a football player. And they don't know if it was the same guy that assaulted Tabby and Imogen. So now they're going to try to use the football player's DNA from the blood drive to test it with Imogen's baby. And that way they can figure out, you know, that whole situation and kind of like lock that down. And there's just so much going on in this show, like this and that and this and that. And I'm like, it's just so dark, but like so good. So they come up with that plan. They involve Kelly. Okay. When they involved her, I was like, y'all better have a good enough reason to involve her, because Kelly, though, Kelly, the twin, Karen's twin, that's like Kelly, but we don't know if it's really Kelly. I thought we kind of figured that out already. Like, okay, we figured it out. It's Kelly. But this episode, something she did later on episode kind of made me feel like, do we really know if it's Kelly? I don't know. I thought we were good. Now not sure. Anyway, I was actually excited they involved her into their whole little scheme, because I was like, Kelly don't seem that bad. She just seems like she's very misunderstood. Obviously, she spent years in her sister's shadow. So I was like, okay, we're involving Kelly. We must be on good terms with Kelly. So Kelly, I think, like, works with like the nurse or something, or has like an internship at the nurse's office, something like that. So Imogen pretty much asked Kelly to like help them do this fuck ass scheme, and Kelly's like, you want me to steal other people's blood? Like, and at this point I'm like, yeah. I was like, I kind of understand where she's coming from. That shit is way left, very dark, but I knew deep down inside she was gonna do this shit. I had a feeling. I was like, they gonna get it done regardless. So yeah, but I definitely was, when she was kind of questioning, like, I was like, yeah, I get it. I feel you, sis, but like, just do it. Fuck it. So, what was I gonna say? So yeah, that happened, and of course Kelly gets them to end, because pretty much Imogen's like, yeah, we need your help, and also I need you to convince the nurse that, you know, like, put us on board, like, we want to actually help with the blood drive and run it with you. So Kelly gets it done. Okay, so at this point I'm like, this plan can either go really, really bad or really, really good. So hopefully by episode 10, because literally they got Noah's mom involved, and Noah's mom, who is a nurse, pretty much said that the lab results won't be in until 2 weeks later. And at this point, we like near Thanksgiving. So I'm like, okay, either by episode 9 or episode 10, it'll probably be episode 10, because that's a very crazy storyline. They probably gonna try to squeeze in episode 10 and be like, drop a bombshell, boom. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they gotta wait 2 weeks. I was like, that's a while, but it's a plan. It worked. So we gonna see about that. Like I said, I feel like the next episode, or episode 10, we're gonna get something. If we don't, they gonna make us wait till season 2. And honestly, I don't want to wait till season 2 for that. That was a good ass plan though. Shout out to Imogen for that, because that was good. So yeah. Oh yeah, so I gotta talk about Mouse. So pretty much Mouse is really, wants to find out who her dad is. Her mom is not trying to give her no info. She's not really trying to hear it. She's not really trying to talk about it, which is beyond fucking me, because sis, you just told your daughter that the guy that took her and kidnapped her, which traumatized fucking Mouse, is her father. And now you like trying to backtrack when Mouse is asking you questions about his whereabouts, his identity. You're like, he's not your father. I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm sorry, but how dare you? I get that that's hard. Like, your 16-year-old daughter just found out, like, about her father and about that whole situation between you and her father. So I get that bringing up the past and that type of situation can be very hard. But, like, damn, you can't give her no kind of information. She's gonna be curious, like, as any teenager would. But whatever. So at this point, I was like, you know what would be a crazy twist? If Mouse found out she was fucking related to that creepy ass dude that she been talking with online that be stalking her and stuff. I really don't think they're going to go that way. But of course, my brain starts to think like that. I'm like, oh my God, that'd be a crazy twist. Sorry, but even some of the stuff I've been watching lately, they've had crazy fucking twists. So instantly, when something is going on in the show, I start to think, my brain starts to turn. I'm like, what if they did that? They wouldn't, but what if they did that? That'd be weird. I don't know if I'd be disappointed in that storyline, but I don't know. But that's just something I wrote down. I really don't think they're going to do that, but yeah, I wrote that down. So yeah, so now we get into, what the hell is this? Okay, so now we get into a little situation with Tabby. So Tabby, obviously y'all remember, if y'all have been watching the show, she has like a little project that she has to do for her film class. And the movie is, of course, it's dark. And it's pretty much about a woman who's being assaulted and goes on like a revenge kind of plot. And then carves, I think she said carves an A in the guy's chest. So her film teacher is like, listen, I'm all for you being creative, but I'm going to need you to get some kind of parental consent because this is very dark. Obviously, her mom has never had to give parental consent with any of her film stuff before. So yeah, I was kind of like, this is going to be an interesting conversation because is it going to open up, you know, the whole flashback that we got with Tabby's mom, with Angela telling her something very dark and her not speaking up about it. That's literally what I thought was going to happen. I was like, that's probably going to open up the conversation. I don't know if they're officially going to talk about it, but that's probably going to make, I don't know, them two start to kind of maybe get to a point where they can talk about it. At least that's what I thought. Because instantly I was like, I don't really think it's fair, because at another point in the episode, they kind of start to censor her. And, you know, she does tell her mom. I think her mom had an idea, because her mom obviously was there when Tabby comes into the door, you know, after she was in the woods and after that party happened. So I think her mom maybe had an idea, but now she's getting this fuck ass note from A, and it's making her feel a type of way about herself that she never said anything. And I guess never took it serious. So get to a point where, yeah, they're trying to censor her. And I'm like, okay, I get the fact that her like situation with the film is very controversial, but let's be real. It's reality. Unfortunately, it happens to women all the time, of all ages, all, you know, shapes, sizes, which is completely unfortunate. So I felt as though I think she should have permission to put this out there to the world, because this is something that other women can relate to. Maybe it'll give someone courage to come out and, you know, kind of put their story out there. And just, I don't know, overall, I just felt like, to me, it wasn't fair. Like, I understood where the school was coming from, but I was just like, if they can kind of find a way to let her do that, I think that'd be nice. And also, I think it would really help her and Imogen, because what they're going through right now is a very dark period, like, of time. And Imogen being pregnant and that whole thing, I think they should. But then, of course, my girl is crafty. So pretty much she's at the movie theater, and who is this guy? I always get him confused. I'm like, is this her boss or her friend? But Wes pretty much tells her, don't let them censor you, because you have to get in NYU. You doing a little fluff piece for your school is not going to get you in NYU. You doing something real and raw is going to get you there. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. Someone finally gave my sis the respect she deserved. And I was like, so what are we going to do? Because I'm all for fucking schemes. So, of course, he was like, maybe you should just do two. One for your school and, of course, one for you. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to get one for school and one that obviously you can submit to NYU, which I think is a brilliant idea. So I'm excited. Cannot wait until that little storyline wraps it up, because I definitely want to know how she's going to play this out, but I'm excited for that. So I'm glad someone was there to encourage her, because I definitely was a little annoyed with the school. Get where y'all coming from, but like, why are we trying to censor people? Like, women go through enough. Honestly, respectfully, y'all can fuck off. But yeah. So they do the little blood drive thing or whatever, and so Noah find out that the football players, a lot of them take like steroids and stuff. So she tell the girls, and they're like, okay, we got a plan B. We'll weed out all the guys in the school. And then obviously, because the football players, I guess Noah's boyfriend, Sean, was pretty much saying like, bro, some of the football players are not going to do it because they're taking pills and and all this stuff. So now they pretty much are going around getting all the football players like gross ass things and getting their DNA. It was just nasty. Like I said, it was very well thought out plan, but the way they had to go about it was gross as fuck. Like, you got to get people's blood and shit, and y'all saving cotton balls and shit. I was like, yeah, that was tea. That was tea. 100%. It was tea, but like goodbye. So we are starting to get eventually into another flashback. I live for the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks are one of the best like elements of the show. Same as the original Pretty Little Liars, because a lot of the flashbacks are able to like, you watch them and you're able to piece certain shit together. They give you so much clues. Sometimes though, like it's like it'll happen so fast and you have to go back and really analyze the shit out of the flashbacks, because they tell you so much. And sometimes you don't even realize it until you go back and you like, tea. So that's pretty much what happened with this flashback. One of the flashbacks in the episode that was one of my favorites was, so for Thanksgiving, Imogen and her mom usually go to like a little soup kitchen. And she had the soup kitchen, and a guy gets in line, and I think it was creepy ass Joe. At the same time, Imogen's mom see Angela's mom, which I think it was. They haven't confirmed it yet, but I definitely think it was, because the way her mom act all squirrely afterwards. Her mom sees Angela's mom and goes to talk to her, and then Angela's mom immediately start going the fuck off. And the next thing you know, her mom come over to her and was like, we have to go. We gotta go. I was like, T. I was like, so are y'all gonna confirm that was that was Angela's mom, because I definitely felt as though it was. Imogen did too. She said it to Greg, because now she kind of like vibing and crushing on Greg, and he actually went with her to the soup kitchen this year because that's something she wanted to do to kind of be closer to her mom. Even though Tabby's mom kind of offered, obviously, like, oh, we're having Thanksgiving dinner, she wanted to do this, which I thought was really, really cool. And I thought it was really nice that Greg went with her. So like that was a vibe. I wonder where things are gonna go for them. But yeah, so what is here? So I think I'm almost done. Like I said, I don't think any of the notes that I just read were in order, but fuck it, y'all getting all the tea. So pretty much at this point, or at one point in the episode, they decide they want to go to a club. And you know how I feel about with the women and dances. I'm like, dances with these women never work out well. But this one actually worked out well. I was actually very fucking surprised. They go to a club, probably fake IDs, and they invite Kelly. Because since Kelly helped them out with the scam, they like Kelly all right. So they go to a little dance, whatever. And at this point, I'm like, A is probably going to interrupt. But he fucking didn't. And I was like, why didn't you? Like this entire time up until this point, we have not seen fuck ass A. And I'm like, usually when that happens, A is saving like the juiciest part. Like he about to do something explosive, okay? So as we get into like the last 15 minutes of the episode, that's where shit starts to get explosive because Jesus God. So yeah, so before we get into that, like I said, Mouse is having a little situation regarding her dad. She eventually finds her dad, and I knew he didn't want to see her. Like, I knew once he figured out who the fuck she was, like, that just wasn't going to work out well. I don't really think that storyline is necessarily over, but I don't think, like, I knew it wasn't going to work out. And I kind of wonder, like, is her mom going to find out that she went to go visit her dad, or is her dad going to reach out again? Is that going to be a thing? I don't really know, but yeah, I didn't think it was gonna work out well. So, let's see. So at this point, Sean is has pills in his bag after he had already told Noah that he wasn't doing the pills. I don't know though. He could be holding for someone else, but at this point, Noah knows, and she's like, "So other football players are doing it, whatever. But you told me out of your mouth that you weren't the one doing it. Maybe he holding for somebody." I don't know. That whole weird shit with the whole, oh yeah, you know, some of my teammates do pills and probably not gonna want to donate their blood. I was like, okay, but are you the one doing drugs too? We don't fucking know at this point. Hopefully we'll figure it the fuck out. So now we about to get into the motherfucking tea, which is like, this is like the last 10 minutes of the episode. So Imogen takes it upon herself. Keep in mind, Imogen is pregnant. Imogen's by herself. What the fuck is up with these women going places by them fucking selves, bro? I understand it's Thanksgiving, so all your friends was at home doing shit. But I mean, I don't know. Invite Greg. I don't know. Anybody at this point. So she went to an abandoned house and she looking and it says, she said the name Chaz Waters or something. I was like, who the fuck is that? So she go into the house and she knocking, talking some hello. And I'm like, girl, that's an abandoned house. Like, nobody live in there. And if they do, like, they probably not there right now. So, she go into the house. This is where shit gets really, really dark. She get in that bitch. She finds a cage. She finds a bed with a rope tied to it. Bitch. Tell me why this woman go into the room and finds A's mask hanging on the motherfucking wall. When I tell you, I told that woman through the screen, I said, you need to run. Okay? You need to haul ass, bitch. You need to get the fuck out. You have a child on the way. This is going to stress your fucking child and stress you the fuck out. So she start running. The door opens. Guess who it is? Fuck ass Joseph. I said, well, look who we have here. This man. It's like, I thought I told you to let it go. I said, I know this man is not taking out a knife, bro. He took out a fucking knife. Bitch, I was stressed. I was sweating. I was literally trying to beat my face and sweating. I was like, girl, like, I gotta make sure my hair's intact. Oh, so now she running. She run up the steps. This is where shit I almost threw the fuck up. She see a corpse, and the corpse looked like it was holding a doll. Because she was trying to be quiet because he was on the other side of the door. She screamed because obviously, like, the fuck? Yo, she screamed, knocked that motherfucker in the head, right? She run the fuck out. I said, oh, bitch, I just had to breathe. I think the thing in the scene that I was confused about was you were downstairs at first and you saw that cage and shit. And then you continue to make your way upstairs. Why? If you start to see horrifying shit downstairs, why the fuck would you continue to go upstairs? Like, that whole thing was, but whatever. Of course, I understand she was supposed to find A's mask, but whatever the fuck. So at this point, I'm like, Joe could be A or Joe could be working with A, because why was it that easy? I mean, and it is weird though. It's mad weird. It's mad sus because A hadn't bothered them the entire fucking episode. So I was like, I think the only person that A bothered or they got a text was maybe Tabby when it was the same message that her mom got. And it says silence kills. Other than that, A hasn't been around, hasn't sent them a text since the last episode when he pretty much was like, I killed Tyler. So sis makes it out the house. Thank you, Jesus. I was like, cause girl, what the fuck? So yeah, this is literally my notes. Oh my God. You found A's mask and now creepy Joe lives there. He's A question mark. He has a motive, which he does. He has a motive, but he also could be working with A. Who fucking knows at this point? Because honestly, in the original Pretty Little Liars, they'd be like, oh yeah, this person's A, which they might be. Then the next thing you fucking know, they working for someone else, and then there's a whole team of them motherfuckers. So at this point, I don't really know what to think. It was a little too easy though, so I was like, I don't really think he's A. And if he is, I think he's working for A, or there's a whole team of them motherfuckers. Because he does have motive. He has a lot of motive. So What else did I say? Oh yeah. So more tea. Joe offs himself, takes the corpse that Imogen saw, and they immediately think, oh, he probably brought it to where he lived, which is the train, whatever. They find his body, and then they find Imogen's mom's senior yearbook, and he got all their mom's faces crossed the fuck out. Like, I'm talking scratched out all their pictures. They find a signature in the book that matches the signature that was on Radley Sanitarium's book. So now they like creepy Joe was the one visiting Angela's mom, but why? Bro. At this point, I'm like, so like, did Joe kill Imogen's mom? Is Joe working for A? And who is A? I don't know. Whatever. We get to the last couple seconds of the episode and Karen talk about, oh, not Karen. Kelly talk about she just had, you know, a very shitty Thanksgiving dinner. Because her dad is just, oh, her dad is bleed. So she like talking to Greg because, you know, she's still sleeping with her dead sister's boyfriend. And this is what she says. It really got me. She was like, Greg, call me Karen. Bitch, what? I thought we figured out that you weren't Karen. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because your father, obviously Karen was your father's favorite. He's taking it really hard. He's taking it on your ass, which is fucked. And like, yeah, he just be coming at your neck like, oh, you know, Karen was a better dancer. Karen was a better daughter. Karen did this better. And da-da-da. So I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, right? But now you telling motherfuckers to call you Karen. Like, you making out with this man, probably about to have sex in the car, and you telling this man to call you Karen? Bitch, that's some sick shit. So at this point, I don't even fucking know who it is. It could be fucking Karen. And honestly, you know, it'd be a dope ass storyline if it is Karen and like Kelly died and they was working together to do that shit and they was working with A. That'd be some sick twisted shit. I don't really know what the storyline would be, but like, I'd be interested if they want to do that. Cause at this point, I don't know who this bitch is. I thought we figured out that it wasn't and it was Kelly. And I was like, okay, cool. It's not. I'm back to what I thought originally. And the twins planned this whole situation with Kelly dying to make it seem like it was Karen, and maybe they working with A. If not, Kelly is just really, really dealing with a lot of issues that honestly has a lot to do with her fuck ass father. Kelly has daddy issues, and I don't know, some kind of little situation where she feels guilty because her sister died and she survived. I don't know. I'm confused. I'll be back with y'all maybe tomorrow once I finish episode 9, because I got to get tea from that episode too, because we're going to get to episode 10. And when I tell you that shit is probably going to be so dark, this was probably one of the darkest episodes I've watched. I was like, this is not the darkest y'all could get, but y'all definitely took me fucking there. Like, I was definitely uncomfortable. I was like, this was me. This was me when Imogen was in that fuck ass house. My lip was fucking quivering and shit. I'm shaking and shit. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyways, I'll see y'all later. I'll be back for episode 9.